Gil, let's start right out with something.
Please.
Boy, there's this gang going around Las Vegas, and there's no other way to say it. So about a year ago, I noticed a lot of Europeans checking the machines. You know, I used to call them sour rooters, but these are people checking machines.
Slot machines.
Yeah, slot machines for bonuses. Mm-hmm. And so now I noticed this new contingency, and I'm like, wow, they look like meth heads, a lot of them too. It just so happens they are, you know, and their goal is to, you know, find a machine and hold it for someone else, call someone else in, and then they get, you know, get a saw, get $20, whatever, for them for their next fix. And now I was told by a very reliable source on the inside, and I've reaffirmed it with many people, confirmed that I should say. So here's the latest thing. You know, we have cell phones. Our cell phones are usually black in color, and it's on the machine. And usually the machines now are really sleek, and a lot of them have black color. They blend in. So it's easy to leave your cell phone at a slot machine. I've done it myself multiple times. Just left the machine. Just so happens that I found it every time, or lost and found had it. That's how many. I've lost my iPad even, because, you know, I'm playing video poker. I put it next to the machine. You just sometimes get sidetracked. So amazing what's happening. There's a guy in town, and he goes around and he gives all these guys his phone number, and he says, I'll give you, depending on what phone you find, $20 to $50. So now their new job is not finding slot machines, it's to find phones. They're given sleeves of tinfoil to immediately wrap the phone in tinfoil. I guess that throws the transmission off, so you can't like find my iPhone feature or something. And this is a lot bigger than I'm even saying. This has been going on for months and months, and they seal your phone up and they send it off overseas. So that you know, this guy that goes going around town doing this, and I say this at the risk of him getting upset at me, but to be honest with you, I'm prepared.
My first question is, are people really putting their phones down next to slot machines and not in their own pockets?
Gil, I do it all the time. I'm telling you, I do it. Like, I'd like to know if Kelly's back here, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to know if Kelly's not. We just put our phone down at the machine. Sure, if someone calls or someone, you know, we just put the phone down on the machine. So
I don't trust anybody. I never do that.
You're smart enough not to play machines, so you don't do it.
Well,
so you wouldn't know the act of us doing it.
Yeah.
I'm sure people listening understand that too. You put your phone down right on the machine, you're playing for a while. Maybe you hit a jackpot, and it blends in. For the most part, most cell phone cases are black. Most phones are black in color. So, you know, they're on the machine, and I've done it. I'm telling you, I've done it 3 times that I could think of. But now this new gang going around, that's their only goal, is to find machines, throw it in their pocket, turn it off, wrap it in tinfoil. I'm even told this one area on the I'll just tell you, Paris. So at Paris, this guy's giving them the tinfoils to wrap the phone immediately. I guess that stops I guess it stops from finding your iPhone feature. It doesn't sound like that would work, but maybe it does.
Okay, but the people who are playing who set their phones down, aren't they seeing their phone being ripped off?
No, they get up from the machine. It's when they get up from the machine and leave it behind.
See this part.
Oh, yeah. I didn't say that part?
So they get up and they leave the machine.
I left the phone at the machine 3 times that I can think of. Yeah, I left my iPad at the phone. Just recently at the South Point, left my iPad right next to the machine. Thankfully, it turned it up in the South Point, lost and found, way in the back of the place. It turned up. You know, and I have the lock mechanisms on it, but they know how to break these things. You know,
once it's in their hands, they know what they're doing.
They know how to. Well, not these hustlers, but the guy in the car. Yeah. I'm sure he knows how to break it. So.
That's I don't know. I have this internal clock. This might be from you know. When I grew up in D.C., we would put like the club. You remember the club?
Yeah.
We would have to put the club on our steering wheels because there was so much car theft, right? When I moved to San Francisco, they died laughing at me that I kept putting the club on my car. They were like, "Where do you think you are?"
The club's like a lock thing on your wheels.
Don't use this. Not only that, we would have the car radios. We would punch them out and carry them into the house.
Oh my God, I forgot that. There was a button and it would
We had a button and we would take our car radios into the house.
Because people were stealing the car radios.
Right. So I don't know if that trained me, if that trained me into, I have an inner clock, just an inner mechanism where my phone, I'm always aware of where my phone is at all times.
Right.
Right. And usually it's in my pocket. So that's amazing to me that people are, and I get it, you're saying it's camouflaged, but just the fact that they would set it down.
And we're gambling. We're in the middle of a game. I still do it. I'm still going to do that. I'm going to set it down because if a call comes in or something that I want to take, I have to see it. So I do put it in the tray. Or, now I say tray, that's video poker, the tray I'm thinking at South Point. I'm not going to leave it in there because it's a silver tray. But on a black slot machine, and most of them are black, they have that black, it's usually really sleek. It's easy to do.
By the way, my girlfriend does this in San Francisco. We'll go out to dinner, right? I always playfully make fun of her, but she'll set her phone down on the table, right? Yeah. And I'll joke that it's like as far away on the table from her. I don't know how it like migrates as far away from the table from her. Sure. And then we get up. I'm like, you gonna get your phone, right? Like that kind of thing. So some people really are that comfortable with setting their phone down. It's just fascinating.
Listen, Kelly just texted me. How about the machines with the chargers built in? He's right. A lot of the machines have a charger right on the phone, right on the slot machine. There's a charger. You can lay your phone down and it charges.
Doug Wedge just texting. He says, just tweeting, pardon me. I've definitely left my phone on a slot before, but it was because the slot had a wireless phone charger on it. I don't do that anymore. It's too easy to leave it behind.
Well, now that you hear this gang of thieves, and it's not like someone taking the phone and giving it to security and lost and found. You know, these crackheads are giving $20 for a phone. That's their new job, is to walk around from casino to casino, and you literally be told, literally, that you have to watch them, that they're not stealing things. And, and if you point them out, I swear, it's amazing how many times I've alerted security to things that security does not care. They're actually mad that you're bothering them.
Derek Gwynn on Twitter. Slot machines in Biloxi have phone chargers, so yes, I have left my phone too. So the knowing about the phone chargers now makes a little more sense. But there's a couple other questions here. One is, well, the accomplice to this is that, you think about casinos and the eye in the sky. The eye in the sky in casinos are fixated on blackjack tables and that kind of casino game because of the cheating and the chicanery that might go on there. By the way, not only the players, but also the people who are employees, sometimes they run afoul, if you will. They are not fixated necessarily on slots. And so that helps that kind of activity flourish.
Let me tell you, my friend left $50,000 in chips and $5,000 chips. I came here on this program right in this spot about a year and a half ago and told you about it. So it was bothering him in his pocket. Literally, he was sitting down and it was just bothering him. Like, this is just bothering some. And this is pretty similar to chips. Thick thing of 10 $5,000 chips. It just bothered him. He took it and put it next to the slot machine. He left the $50,000 because you're gambling, Gil. You're gambling. Yeah. You see, you have money and you have a clear head. We're in the pits. There's blood on the line. What we do, you know what I mean? So
because I don't play them.
You're smart. There's every week we're dying over here, and he just literally just airheadedly forgot that $50,000. I know for a fact surveillance had video of it. They seen it. They seen the face of the guy, and they did nothing. They did nothing. Why? They don't want to get involved in a personal dispute with customers. Maybe it was his. Maybe it was his. They don't want to get involved. And by the way, he was the biggest player in the casino, and they didn't even stick up for him. Yeah. What shots the little guy got?
The opposite is really what you're pointing out. Someone with money is the one that would haphazardly put the chip. Someone who's grinding shouldn't be that way. It should be the opposite.
I got to tell you, though, Gil, I have made such mistakes in my life with money. I moved out of a house in New Jersey with $20,000 in the basement somewhere, and I still don't know. It's still there somewhere. That's why now I'm much easier to keep money in a box in one of the casinos. It's just. It really is. I have found money in suits, in the suit jacket, a sport coat that I wore. I remember I have found money 3 different times that I forgot where I put. It's in the heat of the battle, running around doing this, doing that. I could see this happening many times. I'm telling you, I've never charged my phone at a slot machine, and I have left my phone 3 times at a slot machine that I can think of.
Also, if this gang, as you refer to them, is as menacing as the picture you're painting, it's amazing that it can be that clean of a robbery also. By the way, we get a lot of tweets on this. Brian M.
Oh, wow.
I would think casinos would want phones as far away from electronic machines as possible because of interference or mischief. Cerebral Sammy about the chargers. He goes, I was literally just about to say this. I've actually left mine behind before while charging and thankfully found it in the lost and found. We'll never do that again. Lesson learned. Off in the dark. Krackman calling out crackheads is the sort of stuff I'm here for.
My man.
And Mike Boreali, my wife loses her phone a minimum of once every trip at the Wynn while playing slots. She also left her wallet in the Wynn bathroom and it was returned. Best, most honest employees at the Wynn. Shout out to the Wynn.
Wow.
And Jamie Leva saying, what Bill is saying happens all the time. Also, remember, most people are drinking and having a good time. Oh, yeah, it's the drinking, too. Yeah.
No, but I'm telling you, this happens. This happens. I just didn't know about this gang. Now it's confirmed, too. This gang is going around town. That's their only job. So, please, don't even put your phone down. Gil's right. Put it in your pocket. Put it in your pocketbook. Don't even put it down at the machine.
This is from... Let's see, NCI95 Gambler, taking the conversation one step further about the cell phones. I travel to Mexico all the time, and the secondary cell phone market, specifically with iPhones, is huge.
Giant. He's right.
We had a store on Fillmore in San Francisco, like in a good neighborhood that was like selling broken iPhones.
There's a good neighborhood in San Francisco? Oh.
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh, no, I'm supposed to tell you guys, yeah, it's awful. Stay away. It's so bad.
I'm being a wise guy.
It's paradise.
No, he's right, though. The secondary market.
Paradise.
The secondary markets, though, he's right. And in these places like I said, Europe, because that's what I'm told these are going to. But Mexico, giant. Great point. Thank you, NC 190.
Yeah, Gambler. They used to sell those. I remember store. Super jerk. Just another reason why I'm a super jerk. I never have to take my cell phone out. Nobody ever calls me.
Oh.
The numbers guys.
I don't like that guy.
The gang of crackheads is definitely spelled with a C, not a K. No affiliation with the Krackman Bill Krackomberger. Steve the Proxy. I accidentally left my phone on a slot for 5 minutes last week at Durango. Luckily, in a casino that has a thorough cleaning crew like Circa or Durango, you'll likely have a cleaner find it before a thief. The phone definitely blends into the slot. Good luck in a flea joint.
No, Steve brings up a good point, though. They have very good cleaning crews there. They're on top of things at Durango. He's in another casino, but Durango for sure. So good point,
okay.
Steve.
Without naming the casino because you want to protect some people here.
Yeah.
We were talking about this off air. So there's even some policies with casinos.
Yes.
That if they see on the camera, because I was talking about how the slot machine floor is not necessarily as surveyed as a blackjack table is. But even if they do see someone lift $50,000 worth of chips, their policy is what?
Well, this particular casino, and I guarantee you, probably most of them, is to not interfere. They didn't rob the person, strong-arm them. They just found something on a machine, and the person that reported it said he left it there. It's his word against his. And put it this way, they knew about the person that took this $50,000 in chips, and they had... Obviously, it's on surveillance cameras and didn't do anything about it. To one of the biggest gamblers in the casino. By the way,
do anything about it.
The chips were Wynn chips from the poker room. The guy's a big high-limit player at poker also. They're Wynn chips, $5,000 chips, and I'm sure they were sold on the underground, dark market in a matter of minutes for, not pennies on a dollar, but, I have been approached... when we were at the Hard Rock back in the day to buy $5,000 chips, which I easily could have cashed.
Our old stomping
I
grounds.
easily could have cashed them in. The guy said, "Can you give me $4,000 each for them?" I wouldn't do it.
So he was trying to liquidate it that way. So what you're saying is someone lifted Wynn chips, but they weren't at the Wynn. They were at another casino. Couldn't that person who stole those Wynn chips just go into the Wynn and gamble?
The person especially now with the rules. They're going to want to know where the chips are. But here's a perfect example. We walk into Caesar's Palace with the same guy, but unbelievably, that had the $5,000 chips. He threw a $5,000 chip down. He was a big gambler. Yeah. He said, "Give me $2,400 each, 6 and 8." And the guy's like, "I can't do it." He goes, I got to have your ID, and I got to know where the chips came from. I mean, he just so happens it was in the middle of a roll. He didn't want to stop the table. He said, "Forget it. Just give me the chip back." He didn't want to stop. It was in the middle. It wasn't the beginning when a point was just established. So he didn't want to slow down the roll. And this is a guy that's an established player.
Right.
And so if he has to give ID and find out where the chips come from, there's no way that someone off the street a flea or a hustler or someone that just found, it could be just a regular person too. I don't think it was, will take those chips, and they know that the poker scene, there's so many $5,000 chips and even $25,000 chips going around. Someone will buy them off you for a discount.
Okay, but I'm saying if they did it more cleverly and they were gambling at lower denominations, couldn't they do it? I mean, I'm not trying to give a blueprint or anything here, but I'm saying couldn't they get away with it? You can't do it.
No, not with a $5,000 chip. No way. Right. No way. Every casino in this town, especially now. But even back then,
so $5,000.
They're going to ask you where that flag gets called a flag in the business. They're going to ask you where that flag comes from.
But let's say it's not 5,000. Is what I'm saying. Let's say it's a 1,000.
Easily, you can pass it off.
That's what I'm getting at. Okay.
If it's $1,000 chip, yes, you can blend them in. But then again, if you go over $3,000 to cash out, they're going to ask you
that's a problem.
For an ID. Now, you have a right to tell them no. But now you may be photographed. This guy told us no. He's a no ID. He's cashing 6 $1,000 chips. There is clever ways to do this, though. Like you guys, do you remember the story about 5 years ago? I told you about me staying at the Wynn, by the way, and my $10,000 voucher. It was like $10,500. I had the voucher stolen from me from a door pusher in the room. Do you remember that?
Yes.
I had my voucher.
A door pusher, meaning someone who goes from door to door to door to door to door.
Correct. Checking all, because the Wynn may still have them soft closed doors so they don't disturb the guest in the next room or across the hall. Real soft close. You have to make sure it was closed. Thank God for Maurice Wooden was the president CEO at the time. He's now president of Fontainebleau. Thank God I know Maurice. And he easily gave me back. I had $4,000 cash. I had my voucher. And Maurice, thank God, said, how much did you lose? The next day, I got the money back, even the cash.
Someone just to clarify, someone pushed your door, walked into my room. You weren't there.
I was there.
Oh, you were there.
I was there. How about that?
Wait a minute.
That's right.
You were there.
I was sleeping in the bed.
Oh, you were sleeping.
Sleeping in the bed.
Didn't hear him.
Didn't hear her. Her. I went to court for this. Yeah, didn't hear her. How stupid she was. This is the reason why you made me. The bell went off.
Yeah.
There was a clever way to cash that $10,000 ticket. She decided to go to the cage with it.
Whoops.
And then, of course, they confiscated the ticket. And they know she's a lady of the evening. We went to court, and she lied. She said I gave it to her. Yeah. She didn't expect me to show up in court.
Yeah, and then
this was 20-some years ago, right when the Wynn opened.
And she's like, "That's the dude I saw in bed."
Yes. Yeah. Needless to say, I was with someone else, but I mean, it's just so stupid. It's so stupid.
I told this story years ago, but all of this this is like true crime casino stuff. It's all kind of fascinating because this was also at the Wynn where they discovered that this is a little different. They discovered that one of their employees, working at a table, was sort of lifting chips. And they were aware of it, and they certainly wanted to go after this person. But before they did, they wanted to find out what he was doing with them. They wanted to find out how is he making money with these chips. Didn't come to the cage, right? Sure. What's going on? And like months later, like 4 months later, the dude running the sports book comes over like, "Hey, there's one of your guys who works one of the tables. He's been betting a lot of sports, and I'm not really sure how much you guys pay him, but it's
what
like
a genius."
And finally, they're like, "You're coming to us after 4 months with this?"
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And they have the Wynn has these I think they're called RCID readers in their chips, a little microchip in there. They're thousands or above, so they could tell where they came from, supposedly. So, but this is an underbelly of the casino that no one ever talks about. These kind of things. Yeah. And I'm just thinking of that time with me. It was amazing. Thank God I was here. I don't think I was living here at the time. I actually combined all the vouchers I had. I took a $10,000 marker. I had 4 $2,500 marker vouchers. That's what you get. That's what I used to get. I combined them all before I went to bed. If I don't combine them and leave them as $2,700, $2,500, she gets them all and cashes them all in.
What do you think you would have done had you woken up while she's in your apartment?
Yeah.
What do you think you would have done?
That's pretty scary.
While you're in the room.
In the room. I know what you meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
what do you think? What do you think? Do you think you would have been like, "Get out of my..." I mean, were you chasing her?
Oh, no, I'm chasing whoever it is. Yeah. But think about this. What's the odds of me, I just threw my pants off, and it just so happens, I'm not really a deep sleeper.
Right.
You know, so I don't even know how can that even happen? I don't drink. I wasn't doing anything. How can it be possible that someone breaks into my room softly? This is how good of a pro that these girls are, these people are, I'll say. That she got my pants real quietly, didn't take the wallet, took the cash and the voucher. And didn't even take like it was in with my money.
So how brazen?
How brazen is that? Wow.
I'm always fascinated by what would you have done, because in San Francisco, going back to your San Francisco point, back in the day, although they're solving this now, but back in the day, like your car was never safe. Like the car break-ins was an epidemic, literally, where people had to put in their window, "Please don't break into my car. There's nothing in here." Right, like put signs for the criminals, right? That was a thing in San Francisco. That was all true.
Yeah.
And I always wondered, I was like, what would I do? Like, because I was doing a morning show. What would I do if I walk out of the apartment at 4:30 in the morning and somebody's trying to break into a car? And your options are, oh, you're gonna go after the guy, or are you gonna flee? Right? Yeah. You know what the answer was? Because it happened one morning.
Oh, yeah.
So one morning I walk out of my apartment. There's a guy trying to break into the car right in front of me. He looks at me. I look at him, and we both have this tacit understanding. Bro, I got to get to work. Just move on to another car. This is from, let's start, P5 Legends, pardon me. P5 Legends, 1997. I remember driving back from client visits in New Jersey, Soprano Land, Kearney, and listening to Dick Ebersol argue, this is about the score bug. He says, and listening to Dick Ebersol argue with Mad Dog on WFAN, on WFAN in New York, that it was smart for NBC not to show the score bug for Notre Dame football games because fans might leave the game prematurely and miss a comeback. Wow. He also adds to that, Ebersol logic on the score button and live clock. You can imagine how infuriated I was at his logic, quote unquote. I think more heated than even Mad Dog was himself. Cancer Free from Stage 4 also adds, this is my phone case. It's purple. I got it so it stands out. Consider purchasing a non-black case so it stands out. Chris Barton, misplaced $500 last week while sitting in Circa. The sportsbook reported it to security. Much to my surprise, I received a call from Circa yesterday saying they located the individual who picked it up and will be receiving a check for $500. Another reason Circa is the best.
Come on.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Someone found the $500 in cash or a chip? I'd like to find out if that was a chip.
He does not say.
Well, maybe he found, I'm sure it was a chip. And he turned it into security. The person turned it into security because it's so hard to believe. Like the security found the guy that had the $500.
Yeah, maybe he turned it. Maybe
the guy turned it in. But I've had experience with that at the Hard Rock again, our old stomping grounds. I turned in $100, and they were so mad they had to fill paperwork up about it. And I just figured let me turn it in, and no one ever called me. So
Ace DiCardano, another reason the mob running Vegas was better. Rico's cell phone scam would have led to lots of new holes in the desert.
Oh, boy.
Chris Macero. I left my phone on a machine 100 times. Usually it's right there when I get back. I've had it turned into security at least 5 times, but this is easy to do. To Bill's point, the phone blends into the machine. I've never lost a phone this way, but damn, we'll have to be more cautious.
Yes.
Oh, how about this one from CPT John Prescott, MD? I had my cell phone pickpocketed at Paris last February. People are still pickpocketing?
Oh, speaking of which, now that you said that, I told this story to someone yesterday.
Wow.
And they told me, Bill, this happens at concerts all the time. I told this story yesterday on my podcast with John Orlando, and someone that was watching the podcast came up to me and said, Bill, this is also prevalent at concerts. Girls keep their pocket, they're in the back.
Do. Yeah.
And they're like, all together at a concert. They're dancing, jumping around. This is a big thing at concerts, too. So thank you for that tweet. It reminded me of it.
Chris, just going on, they're responding to that. CBT John Prescott adds, I had my cell phone at Paris and left it on the multi-game dealerless blackjack game. When I got up, went to the near cage, 50 feet away, I noticed my cell wasn't on me. By the time I went back, it was gone. Security called my phone and it was already off. And on and on and on with these.
Oh, and then, it's gone. I'm telling you, if they wrap it in tinfoil, something happens to it. I guess you can't use the hide my iPhone feature. I don't mean to be giving someone an idea. I'm just telling you that this gang is going around Las Vegas, and it's every day, every casino. So
and finally here, one more. Mike Boreali, me again. He says, 3 years ago, my wife left our room at the Wynn, and the door didn't close. About 3 hours later, I went to the room to discover a younger version of my wife on the couch. Total misunderstanding, and since then, the Wynn doors slammed shut.
Wow. See what I mean? That it was the soft close.
Mike said a younger version of my wife.
Wow.
Hey,
just hanging out like it's.
Who are you?
By the way, we're not trying to down the Wynn. The Wynn's. I still think, even though they don't allow me to get any bonuses or promotions or anything no more, I love the Wynn. That's the best place in town.
I walk in. I do the Megapod there on every week now. I walk in that building and I'm like, this is glorious.
It really is.
It's glorious. It's
glorious.
The only hotel. Wynn Encore is the only hotel in Las Vegas. We live here that I still feel like I'm back in the day where I didn't live here and I'm on vacation.
Yeah. You're right.
It's
right.
so great.
And the pools out there. How about the pools? I mean, they have the Falconeer with the bird.
Kelly's obsessed with the Falconeer.
I just the falcons fly across you to chase the birds away.
It's amazing.
I mean, it's amazing. They have a guy out there with a saxophone, soft sax, running around the pool playing soft sax. I mean, it's heaven. It's not even real.
I used to, back in the day when I used to fly into town and when cabs before ride shares.
Sure.
The cabs used to have Steve Wynn doing the play-by-play on everything that's available at the Wynn.
Right. Oh,
and
that's right.
I used to joke. I was like, tell the cab driver, just drive around town. I want to listen to Steve Wynn's dulced, slow jam voiceover of everything that's available at the Wynn. It was so great. It was
so
with
Gil,
his voiceover. Yes, sir.
John Avello was on one of the other shows. I don't know which show.
Speaking of the Wynn, back in the day.
Yeah. Was he at the Wynn? Oh yeah, the sportsbook.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he was at the Wynn sportsbook. He was at also, I think, a Bally's, I think. Before
now at DraftKings, of course.
Yeah, DraftKings. And I like John. John's always nice. I'm always very friendly to him. I'm friendly back. But he was on the show, Tim Murray's show. Jesse Wells sent me this around 7:30 Eastern time last night. Johnny asked a question, roughly meaning, what does their handle? Oh, James asked a question. What does their handle look like in regards to the NFC North teams? Here's Johnny's direct quote. Well, remember that they, the bettors, had the opportunity to take Green Bay. If you knew that Parsons was going there or had an idea and caught us flat-footed. Now, wait a minute, John. This is DraftKings. Mm-hmm. You guys put out a little message here.
Yes, you did.
Before you said this, that if you're caught flat-footed, our bets will be canceled. So maybe you check with someone. You're pretty high up. I don't know if you check. Is anyone higher? I don't know, but I'm sure there is. You can go to the CEOs and the guys that are the head of the company and see. Someone put this out, so I don't know if you can be really caught flat-footed.
Don't give them any ideas.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah. I mean,
speaking of the Packers,
I just think that what that means, though, I think that they put that out as a warning, but they're not canceling no bets.
I don't think they are either.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Packers, do you have any plays on tonight's game in football? Any bets on the Commanders-Packers game tonight?
I like the dog there, but it matters if like last week I came in. I said, "Oh, the dog is." It was Dallas, right?
Yeah.
And of course, no one says anything. Tonight, I'll say Washington. I like them if you can get to 3.5, which you can't. Yeah, you could.
Still can.
Wow, you still could.
Yeah.
South Point's 3.5 flat. Some books are plus 3.5. Matter of fact, there's a minus 3.5 plus 12 on my screen. A total scalp, which I will be taking during the break if no one else does. But yeah, right on my screen. I like the dog there. I like Washington. It came out. It was 4.5 at the beginning, I believe.
Mm-hmm,
there was a 4.5. And that's why it's hard to give out games, Gil, to people when, like, even though I do like them with the 3.5, I like them much more with 4.5. So when that first came out, as I'm going to pass my phone off to you, literally, and I actually believe, here. There, every dollar in my account, as you could see.
I believe you, Billy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Plus 4.5.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
It just so happens I had $79.20 in the account at the time, and that's an unusual amount. $79.20. I was going to reload it, and there's a lot pending. I bet the plus 4.5 on that game. So, but yeah, so I bet the plus 4.5. Do I give out 3.5? Yeah, if there's a 3.5 out there, yeah. 3, no. But I kind of lean to Washington there, and I'm hoping, of course, for my bet that I have 50% of that bet, by the way, that Washington beats Green Bay.
I too have Washington plus 3.5, a little extra juice on it, but plus 3.5 for the Commanders tonight in the great, at least on paper, great Thursday night game. You know what I'm doing after the game tonight, Bill? Going to the Tuscany. You know why I'm going to the Tuscany?
Why?
Al Bernstein singing with boxing trivia.
Very nice.
Have you seen Al's act before?
No, I heard about it. I heard about it.
I can't wait.
Oh, cool.
Can't wait.
Cool. Yeah. No, I knew he was over at the Tuscany.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Tuscany, I have bad things there. I loved it. I raved about the place, and They have like a director there that's he just doesn't like anyone with a pulse. And I went in there and I won that $16,000 on a jackpot. Put it on Twitter for him. Showed it how Tuscany, pretty cool. Have this jackpot. I hit a 25-cent machine. It was in a bonus mode. I won $16,000. I've had days there where I lost $2,000 though. And they cut me off. They cut me off any promotions. They took the machine out. They took even the deuces machine out. They just don't want anyone. By the way, it wasn't a really positive play. It was minuscule, and they just, it's a small little place.
Yep.
I guess I get it, but I met the guy a couple times, and more personality and the paint on the wall than him. So
just Tuscany, just east of the Strip, but a great place for Circa to have their little satellite.
Oh yeah,
book.
I stop there all the time. You could pull up valet, just pull up the car up and go right in, finance the book or whatever.
If you ever want to sign up for contest and it's too crowded here at Circa, that's a good alternative place.
That's
to go.
a great place to go.
Yeah.
To put money in and out. It's easy. You can park right in the front. They let you park.
Yep.
Also, the casino that wouldn't walk me out that day when the $16,000 I won. They said, "I'm sorry, I can't go out there." Okay, can you watch me go to my car?
Oh, that's right.
Sorry, I can't do it.
That big old parking lot. They wouldn't do it.
Yeah, it's Field of Dreams. He goes across the line. The doc turns into another person.
Chris Heath. I'm almost too embarrassed to tell the tale about the nice old lady that swindled me on BART.
Oh, my God.
BART is the Bay Area Rapid Transit, the Bay Area subway.
Sure.
Yeah, he didn't go further.
Wow.
Money Caperletti. Phone in the back pocket. As a young kid, my uncle from South Philly told me money in the front, non-dominant pocket, so you can pop them with the right.
Wow.
You know my phone in the front pocket story was? This is a true story. Hebrew school to New York. Rabbi Joe when Joe Weinberg goes to New York City, he puts his wallet in his front pocket.
Of course.
Jack Olaquire. A number of years back, I was taking a video of my daughter at a slot when she hit a jackpot. Security came over and wanted to take my phone, apparently because I could figure out a way to beat the machine. Ended up, they just made me delete the video. Interesting.
Oh, wow. Now they're doing videos like people, like crazy.
Deepak 48. Stolen phones will only get worse. Now they have vending machines that you can put them in and they'll pay you for used phones.
Wow.
Johnny Vegas stayed at Caesars a couple trips ago and hit 30,000 video poker. Somehow I lost it my last day, realized when I was on my way to the airport, called Caesars Cage, they confirmed it wasn't cashed, and mailed me a check 5 days later. Not sure if I got pickpocketed to this day.
Wow.
T-Berg_95. Wrapping an iPhone in an aluminum foil case can effectively block its signals by creating a rudimentary Faraday cage, which shields the device from electromagnetic fields. This prevents the phone from receiving or sending cellular, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and GPS signals, rendering it disconnected from the outside world. Tests have confirmed that calls cannot be made or received, and services like Apple's Find My Phone fail to locate the device while it's wrapped.
That's it. Thank you for that, for telling us.
T-Berg, I don't know if you AI'd that, but if you didn't AI that was spectacular.
That was great.
Scott C. Conversation reminds me of an incident I had here at the casino in Buffalo. My brother found a voucher for $1,500 in a betting kiosk. Casino security approached me when I returned 2 weeks later. They obtained my license plate and approached me to return the funds.
Wow. I mean, you have to return it.
You got to. Sean Kroska. Hey, Bill. Hey, Gil. Hey, Kelly. Love the show. Thank you. Remember Daniel Carlson? Mike Zimmer cut Daniel Carlson after a bad Green Bay game as a rookie high draft pick. Also had a couple phones stolen while a tourist in Vegas. Wow. It's kind of all over the place. Chris Macero adds, I had a 10K sportsbook chip stolen off my seat at the Wynn. In the Wynn Sportsbook. Guys behind the counter immediately alerted the cage, checked surveillance, and had the chip back in under 30 minutes.
Wow.
Patron got arrested and banned from the Wynn. Wynn A+. We're all about the Wynn A+.
Definitely.
Ron Mexico. Michael Vick's old alias. His pause of the year from Chris Valigo on the Megapod. I'm going to swallow hard and close my eyes on something. I can't even remember what that was about. Megapod, always. Hilarity. Information and hilarity on the Megapod, beating the book podcast feed. Which Bill Krackomberger has been on before.
No, just to tell you, the Wynn, they're so good that, like I said, that person, I knew him from the Golden Nugget. He was president of the Golden Nugget, went over to Wynn eventually. He was food and beverage. He worked his way all the way up top. He was the president of the casino. He said, how much cash did you lose? I said, well, I had $4,000 in my pocket, and I had the ticket. Instantly, he walked to the cage and said, give this man $4,000 out of the cage the next day. That's how good the Wynn is. They just trusted the number, 4,000, and they gave me the 4,000 cash. And then I had to go to court, and they flew me back. So I was living in Jersey. They flew me back multiple times to go to court because they thought I wasn't going to show up. This girl thought I wasn't going to show up. But, she got I don't know, 6 months in jail eventually. But, that doesn't stop her from doing it again or, doing what they do. So you really have to keep your head on a swivel here at all times. We don't mean to sound so panicky.
No.
It's not just here. It's all casinos. There was a casino in New York that I probably didn't realize was in New York. Someone couldn't. If it's here, I hope it is. There was a casino in New York, though, that I couldn't believe that someone was. I never heard of. I heard of the casino, just didn't know where it was. Here it is. 71-year-old man who won a big jackpot at Jake's 58. I mean, this is in Long Island.
Jake's 58.
Look at the size of the casino.
Wow.
It's in Long Island.
And look at the massive Jake's 58 sign.
It's in Long Island. Jake's 58. I totally forgot about this casino. I have heard about it. This particular situation, guy followed him out to the parking lot, grabbed his money that he had in his top pocket, ran, realized he only grabbed $30. He just watched the guy hit a jackpot for $8,000. So now he got mad that he only got the 30. He came back and assaulted him a second time.
Come on.
And the second time is when other people stepped in.
Yeah.
So they assaulted him. They detained him, and the bystanders said had detained him, but yet it's a low-level charge in good old New York. Persons found third-degree robbery in New York, typically sentenced to probation.
That's it.
So that's what he got, third-degrry robbery, unless he's a repeat offender.
Unless he's a recidivist.
With priors.
Yeah.
But that doesn't work, obviously, in South Carolina, where this animal just...
and again, it's worth repeating the PSA here. When casinos have a sign that said, we are not responsible for the contents of your car or that kind of thing, that is all nonsense. They are absolutely responsible for it.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
Most people don't know that. They see in the parking lot and stuff.
They're just trying to dissuade lawsuits is what they're trying to do.
Dissuade is the right thing.
And just the head on the swivel in the parking lot, we were talking about this off air. When Bill and I used to, we first met back in the day, we used to hang out at or we knew each other at the Hard Rock over a decade ago. And I asked Bill off air, I was like, I don't know if you'll remember this story, but because of his name, maybe you will. And I said there was a sports bettor by the name of Michael Jackson. And because that was his name, you remember him.
I knew it. Yep.
Michael Jackson, who I've never seen since, won some money in the sports book, wasn't staying at the Hard Rock, so he went straight to the Hard Rock Casino. Rookie mistake, and he got jacked up in there.
In the
took his money
lot?
because somebody followed him into the parking lot, took the money that he just won.
Yeah.
So they monitored him winning at the cage.
Yeah.
Not the cage, at the window, or the desk, and then just followed him out there.
It's amazing. It's something that happens across America. We're not just talking about Vegas, like I just told you on Long Island. Just watch yourself. And you know what? You're caught up in the moment. You don't even realize what's going on around you. You're happy or whatever it may be. You're going through money. You're tipping people. And it's something you have to watch. It's something you have to watch. And it's something that happens every day. I read stories all the time about someone getting jacked or just like this, like you said. Something else, Gil. I have a friend in town, and he's here for a couple weeks. And I'm not trying. I told him I was going to do this, but I'm not trying to throw him under the bus. But I'm just talking about in general that human condition of gamblers. Mm-hmm. So I notice I'm giving him NFL props over the weekend, and he's betting $100 on them, which is fine. That's no big deal. $100 is a good, probably more than the average bet in this country, and that's fine. However, I notice he's here and he'll lose $500 to $1,000 in a slot session, just playing. I don't want to say sucker machines, but just regular machines with a 10%, 12% house edge. I'm giving him something with a couple % edge on a 3.5-hour event, and you're betting $100. I said, "Oh, time out. You're only betting $100 on these?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, that's what I bet." I said, "But you lost $1,000 playing just in one day in the machines." He goes, "Yeah, but that's entertainment. I'm there for a while and I'm having fun." This is not fun.
Oh, a 3-hour sporting event.
No, but I mean,
it's not fun.
It's gambling, and it's just the mindset. I don't want to lose too much. I don't want to bet too much. Because you don't realize that you lose that much. Your intent is not to lose that much when you're playing slots, or you're playing tables, or you're chasing, or you're rebuying in, or you're going to the ATM machine. Your intent is only to lose 100 or two, have some fun. So you think that's your average bet, but it's not. All I'm saying is if you have the bankroll to lose $1,000, you should have the bankroll to bet $500 or $1,000 on a prop bet.
Absolutely.
It's just, and after seeing someone do it in front of me, a guy that has been around me for a while, and he might even get upset that I'm going off a little bit too much, hands flying in the air aimlessly.
Well, you didn't say his name or anything.
No, I didn't. Yeah. I didn't. But it just made me think, wow.
All the little betting quirks in people's minds, right? Like it's a fascinating thing.
Yeah, and it's the neon, it's the sounds of the casino, it's the waitress with the drinks, and you're gambling more, and you're playing. You're intent, like when, especially a nice casino. You come into a nice casino, you walk into the Wynn, you feel you have to bet more money. It's like I told you when the Borgata. It's like the Borgata when it first opened. You walk into Borgata, you're betting more than Bally's.
The Wynn definitely makes you feel that way.
The Wynn. You're gonna bet the Wynn.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna play quarter. I gotta play dollar machine. They're like, like you're not gonna play quarters because it's the Wynn. So it's the way that they make you feel, and I get it. And when you're out here, you get lost sometimes, and you bring a bankroll for every day. Okay, I'm bringing $2,000. That means I can lose $400 a day. And sometimes you're getting some drinks at night, and the whole 2,000's gone. You're saying, "Oh my God, I gotta find a Bank of America." And I'm saying, "Wait, Bank of America?
Bank of America?
Well, this is a real situation with someone else that came in. He's like, "You gotta take me to a Bank of America." I went 3 days in a row. I said, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Well, they don't charge me the $10."
Oh my God!
Now, which is not a big deal. I mean, you're trying to get the edge there, but you're getting buried at the, why don't you just go to the Western Union over at the Barbary Coast?
Thanks for watching, but don't let the betting insights end here. If you want an extra edge this football season, you can get a month of VSiN Pro right now, absolutely free. That means access to our betting insights, analysis, and tools like our betting splits at zero cost to you. Click the link in the description to sign up.